What's up, guys? Welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab. Working on getting my notes pulled up here. We'll get rolling. Let's see. Oops. Whoa, what the heck? Did I share this? What's up, guys? Let's get some interaction, right? Right. It's good. All right. So yeah, I in an effort to try to, increase some interaction and just really some views to the live video here, um instead of people dropping just rant, like yesterday, I swept. I gave out my $50, to somebody that had interacted with the tweet. But I think I don't know. I feel like it's a little. I feel like it's cooler or whatever to kind of just do it, for people that were live, So anytime we sweep, do a $50 giveaway, and basically just asking people to drop their Cash App in there. There's some people that I see, pretty regularly. I recognize you and everything from Twitter, the Discord, or whatever, So, so yeah, so if you're in here or whatever, go ahead and drop your Cash App. If we sweep tonight, I'll go back and pick somebody out, give somebody $50. I always parlay it, so no, what is it? No skin off my back or whatever. I win the money to give it away when we sweep. So might as well do it and help you guys out. And I don't do it all the time, but we had ourselves a sweep yesterday, that's for sure. So that was kind of nice. Oops, I gotta pull my. Got one more thing I gotta open up here so I can record the actual podcast here. You sure you're not betting today? I'm gonna bet on these plays. Discord wise, nah. I'm gonna take a breather, and I think we're gonna go to the old Texas Roadhouse. Fancy place to eat. All right, here we go. About to start. We'll start. We'll get the recording here. Like I said, a few more people join us, and go ahead and drop those Cash Apps as we sweep. Drop a Cash Out app and, hang out with me, obviously. On fire. See, that's what's crazy. Like, some people will say, like, oh, you've been killing it, or you're on fire. And it's like, man, you guys are, I'd be looking forward to it if I suck. I haven't been doing good at all, guys. Like, I went positive for 12 straight months in a row of winning. Like, not to say I rarely lose, but man, I've definitely not been doing very good. So if you guys are impressed, then that's awesome. Cause I got some turning around to do, that's for sure. NFL's been doing good. I'm really good at college football too. So we're missing out on some of that stuff. NBA's just been goofy, to be honest. I don't, you know how it is. What in the hell? I'm struggling. Oh, here we go. All right, we'll get into the plays here now. Yeah, Tennessee and North Carolina lost yesterday. Top 5 and top 3. Which Tennessee, sure, South Carolina's pretty good, but they're solid at home. Great defense at home. North Carolina, what, third ranked team or something like that? They lost. What's up, Mario? All kinds of weird stuff. And then man, I had excellent reads yesterday. Like IU, I was all over IU, and I put them in a little builder, and they won outright. They were only a 1-point favorite, and Ole Miss was a 1-point favorite. They won by 6. I had fantastic reads yesterday. I think I'm just trying to do too much. So that's why I'm going to refresh today, go back to, maybe just playing some first halves and some straights or something like that. And then, maybe some straight bets for NBA, I'll figure it out. Yeah, the no call in the UNC game. Yeah, Ty. Me and Ty go back. He's a good dude. What's worse, betting the NBA or the MLB? Dude, right now the NBA. I used to always say, and I'm sure like in the summer I'll say that I hate the MLB, but uh I'm good at it though. Like I was up like 80 units in the old Discord. I was up 80 units in the MLB in a sport that I don't like to bet on. Like those hits, runs, RBIs, betting total bases, betting like just hit like just two guys to get a hit, like a hit builder, uh home run lottos. NBA, like, there's a new rule about how like they can't take rest days off or whatever, I swear these guys are coming in just to like go through the motions. But two leg ML money line parlays in MLB. Yeah, awesome. Best team in baseball lose 50 games a year though, so it's hard. You betting on the Dodgers to beat the Nationals, and then the Nationals end up winning, and everyone's like, what the hell? I hate this sport. But, the Dodgers are going to lose 50, 60 games this year. Maybe less with Otani, though. But, all right, let's go. I know you guys are here for plays. I apologize. I do love the interaction. Before I click on the record button here, like I said in my tweet, drop your Cash App. I'm doing the giveaway for people that are in here live if I sweep. No more of it. Just like people kind of swoop in. They didn't even listen to the plays, and they want me to give them money or whatever. I want to be able to interact with the people here. So if you have Cash App, go ahead and drop it, or whatever. If I sweep, I'm gonna make sure I go through and pick out the people that I know are in here, and we'll get cracking here. What's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks, now live on YouTube. Today's episode brought to you by what's it gonna be brought to you by? Let's just do beer money picks. A lot of people are here in the Discord. Some of you, I'd imagine, are. If you're not, what are you even doing? I did have a little bit of a rough month. We were just talking about it. Certainly have had plenty of wins, but not to my normal standard. But we've just been absolutely killing it. I got a link in the description on YouTube here, wherever you're listening to. You can certainly find it. I got a guy in there. My boy Coach has been hitting a plus 1,000 lotto. I mean, just every day. I don't know how he does it. I can't hit a straight bet sometimes, and he's hitting a plus 1,000. Sports Laydown's hitting his hammer plays. Ty's doing the 10K challenge. A lot of good guys in there. I won't go on and on about it, but there's certainly a link in there, and I'm sure it can help you out as a first-time signer-upper. If you want to DM me on Twitter, I bet you I can get you a little bit of a discount or something like that. Today is Wednesday, 1/31. It is the last day of January. I cannot believe it. Here we are all the way back almost into February. Got Valentine's Day coming up. My wife's birthday is on Valentine's Day, which is terrible. It's not that bad, to be honest, but I'm not allowed to double dip. So I bought a bunch of presents and stuff. I got some stuff, planned or whatever. But yesterday we had ourselves a 3-0 day. Jaylen Brown over 23.5 points. He finished at 25. He continues to do pretty well against the Pacers. Pascal Siakam over 19.5. He finished at 23. And then Bruce Brown over 5.5 rebounds. He finishes at 7. Almost had it in the first half. That was a sneaky bet there. I really liked it, but it wasn't. It was just, I don't know, kind of a weird one. You don't really think about him taking, off of rebounds or anything like that, So, it was kind of nice to get. Yeah, is it stressful for you? How can you take? Yeah, exactly. And it's more so stressful having a birthday on Valentine's Day because it's I'm not allowed to like double dip. I can't get like one present and it's for both birthdays. You have to like celebrate two different events that are around the same day. That it's obviously very busy. It's my dad's birthday on Valentine's Day too, which is crazy. All right, let's get into it though. 3-0 yesterday. Hoping to go 3-0 again. These will be the only plays that I have. I'm not going to do any actual VIP plays. After I finish this, I am not going to even look at any sports. Just going to hang out. I got some stuff to do with the house. Hang out with my son. He's certainly doing better, but, like speech delayed or whatever. It's to the point I can almost have a conversation with him now, but got some words I need to practice with them and stuff. So I got a lot of dad stuff to do here. So the first play, though, is going to be Nikola Vucevic over 17.5 points. Super good matchup against the Hornets here, who allow the second most points to centers in the league. I almost feel guilty, like, kind of doing this, but, like, when you have a team like the Wizards or the Hornets that just get, like, whooped against big man, you got to ride it. And, I mean, he's able to shoot some threes and stuff, too. He's faced the Hornets 3 times this year. He's over this in 2 of those 3 with 20 and 21 points. In the one game that he missed, he had just 11 points, but he only played 24 minutes compared to 33 and 30 in those other 2 games that he went over. So you can see his minutes were way behind, and he shot just 5 for 12. If I'm not mistaken, that was like a 15-point win. I don't know if maybe it was one of those where the Bulls were up like 25 or 30, and then like the bench gave up, a run or something like that. But it was a pretty decent win. I don't know what it was like before or why he didn't necessarily play all that much. But I would think, or the correlation with it or whatever, is that he didn't shoot very well, and then obviously his minutes were pretty low with that miss. In away games this year, he is over this number at 57%. For those of you that are new to betting or new to just the way sometimes I talk about it, when you do a straight bet, obviously you have implied odds at minus 110. It's like a 50. I don't know, it's nearly a 50% chance or something like that. You essentially have a 50-50 chance, right? You're going to either it's going to hit or it's not. Obviously, if it's a minus 200, they're implying that the odds are like, I don't even know what it is, right? 60%. I hate to even say a number because that's probably not even right. But it's nice to see, or at least think about that he's away. He's hitting this at 57% of the chance. It makes you feel like we have a better or a more increased chance to, I guess, take that 50-50 type bet or whatever, But anyhow, in games that the Bulls win, they are a 5-point favorite, and they're away. So if they're away and they win, he is over this number in 6 of 7 games this year. I will say, I'm gonna click back to his chart here because I didn't write something down that I wanted to. I think I make sure I mentioned. I will say that the Bulls have only won 8 games away, so that's not awesome. I guess if you're trying to, handicap it around the fact of, here it goes. Sorry, just a second. Around that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 of 7. Okay, sorry, I got my chart pulled up here. So over in 6 of 7 away games that they won, not by a certain margin, just that they've won. And like I said, they've only won 8 games this year, and he's only played 7 of them away, so it appears that he missed one. He is over this in, well, I've already said that. I'm sorry. I got all kinds of sidetracked because I was pulling my notes up. It was 6 straight. More recently, on the 28th against the Blazers here, he had 14 points, but he only shot the ball 14 times, made 6 of them. But the times before then, he really carried his team to victory, essentially, with over 21 in every game. So away, and they win, he scored at least 21 points. 24, 21, 24, 21, 24, 24. So it's just another little like side piece, right? So we have a couple things. We got a couple things going on with this play. We'll move on to the next one. We have a fantastic matchup. They give up the most points to centers in the league, and when this team wins and they're away, he is scoring at least 21 points in 6 of 7 games, and he shot horribly more recently when he played against the Blazers. I like it a lot. We'll ride with him over 17.5. Second play. It's the late game, and I got 2 out of it. So we're going to go with the Bucks and the Blazers. And honestly, you guys can probably guess what I'm thinking. This is about as public as you could get. And actually, I'm going to skip this play, and we'll do a little interaction with the chat here on YouTube. If you let me know who I might be betting that's going back to his old team after playing for 11 years. The revenge game spot, right? So we'll skip it. But the first one is going to be Malcolm Brogdon over 17.5 points. The Bucks allow the 3rd most points to, there it goes, Dame time. The Bucks allow the third most points to point guards in the league with 26.71 points per game. Since he's been in the starting lineup with Sharp out, he's been killing it. Without Sharp in the lineup, he's over this number in 7 of his last 10, and is averaging nearly 22 points per game. The Bucks allow the most pull-up jumpers from 2 and 3, and that's where he takes the majority of his shots. Something like 41% of his shots come from pull-up, threes or twos, whatever. He's over this in 5 of his last 6 games, and the one miss that he had, he fell at 16, so he was right there. Obviously, if you go back the other way, yeah, Brogdon's got the revenge game too, so I'm all over the place. They actually played back in November, and he had 18 on them. So the Bucks also play at the third fastest pace, so it's a nice back and forth type game. And I'll be honest with you, the Bucks have not been fantastic. I think it's like a 5-point spread. Obviously, the Blazers aren't great, but the need to have your starters hopefully will be there the entire time. I'm hoping that we could keep it a nice close game. And with the matchup that he has here, both just off the fact that the Bucks allow a lot of points to point guards, and that the defense kind of just fits his shooting style or whatever. I think it'll be a good spot for Brogdon to go over 17.5. And then thirdly. And I'll say, as usual, you guys already know what the play is. But before I get into it, make sure I gotta, there's a dozen the number keeps going all over the place. I don't know sometimes on this tracker that I can see. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Please make sure you subscribe for me. Like the video if you haven't. And if you haven't dropped your handle in there. If we sweep the board here, I've got a $50 prize for somebody that's interacting in the chat. Good interaction for a Wednesday, and I would say it's probably because I tweeted out, the giveaway and people needed to be in here. But hey, that's all right. I know it'll continue to get more action and everything like that. I do have it on subscriber only mode here, so if you want to interact or drop that information, obviously you gotta subscribe. But hey, why not support me? Last play, Damian Lillard over 26.5 points. So I will say, when I had this already, and then I came back to check my lines, and it had gone up a point. It was 25.5. I think it may have even opened at 24.5, to be honest. The Blazers get up to seventh most points to point guards in the league. But like I said, he is going back to Portland for the first time in 11, well, not in 11 years. First time in 10 months, probably 10 or 11 months or something like that. He played for the Blazers for 11 years. He's going back to his team for the first time. I mean, look, if he's not ready and he's not amped to come back for this game, I don't know what's going to do it for him. His players, I'm sure, are ready. I'm sure that his teammates are wanting to get him a win and everything like that. First time coming back home. This month, he's averaging nearly 24 points per game, and he's shooting just 39% from the field. He hasn't been playing that good, I've seen him plenty of times in the first quarter, and he's just he'll start out 1 for 7 and 0 for 3 or something like that. And then he kind of turns it on at the second half of the game. But hopefully he can get going quicker, in this one. And it's going to just be, if there's any spot for him to kind of have to kind of get back to his normal self, why would it not be in his hometown or whatever, where he used to play all the time? It just makes a lot of sense for him to kind of have a nice little bounce back spot. And then there is that extra narrative and that it's his old team or whatever, So, Tony, it is a pretty good game tonight. It's pretty dang late game though, that's for sure. I swear I wish I lived on what is it, the West Coast, and the games are NFL games, or Thursday night football is right when you get off of work. That must be nice. Yeah, 10-10 for me. That means that game's probably not going to be over until 1. So I might fall asleep watching it on the tracker after we watch some Game of Thrones or something. Me and my wife's been watching. But all right. Sorry for the cough. 4 threes and 40 points. Sounds good to me. So here we go. To recap then here for the podcast, so I don't have this going on any longer than those people listening on Apple and Spotify and everything. Then I'll check in on YouTube here, see if anybody else has anything. We're going to go with Vucevic over 17.5 points. Damian Lillard over 26.5 points. And Brogdon over 17.5 points. My name is Jort, and Lunchtime in the Lobby brought to you every day. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow me on all social media at Live Joe Bets. Like I mentioned, doing the giveaway. If we sweep again, we swept yesterday. I just need you to drop it. It is nice. I definitely maybe not this time. I prefer the live. If you're watching this on a recorded version or you're listening on the podcast, you want to start getting involved with the YouTube, go on and head over, check out the links or anything like that. Got a goal trying to get to 500 subscribers here, and hopefully, by the end of this month, maybe we'll see it take off and move over and everything. But 3-0 day, doing great. I'm gonna close it out here on the podcast. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you back tomorrow. And then, like I said, that's the benefit with YouTube is you get the before and the after. I guess we've done some chatting before, and we'll do some chatting afterwards. But I appreciate you guys all the same watching on the audio version, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. Okay, you're gonna do a 10K challenge. I actually hate the 10K challenge. In my current form, I have not been doing very great, as I mentioned. I used to be able to rattle, like back in like back in the heart of like college football when they were giving us like all those boosts and stuff too. I hit like 15 builders in a row. It's pretty good. In MLB last year, I started out like stupid, like 22-2 and like straight props or something like that. So like when I get on a run and I get hot, I certainly do a good job of like staying hot for the most part. But it's just a lot of stress, to be honest. I made it to step 9 like 2 years ago in the MLB, and I don't think I ever recovered from that loss. Who was it? The pitcher for the Orioles, Bradish, I think his name is. Dude just out of nowhere pitched a no-hitter against the Phillies. The Phillies were like a minus 300 favorite or something stupid like that. They pitched a no-hitter, and that on that day of day 9, and that was like my last leg or something like that. I couldn't even hedge it appropriately or anything like that, unfortunately. So I'll remember that loss. Just like I'm sure Ty remembers his loss. I forget who even lost, to be honest, but yeah. All right, let's see. Rebounds, yep, 10 rebounds for all those guys. I actually seen that. I feel like I seen that play somewhere on like Twitter or something like that. Weber State, yeah. Weber, however you say it, minus 900. Well, Tennessee was a minus 1,600 last night. Stupid. That doesn't happen in college football. That's for gosh dang sure. That's for freaking sure. Thoughts on this? Katie and Dame for 35 points each. Plus 2,600. That seems like really good odds for that. Maybe because Katie. Katie's been a little weird. Oh, I didn't even see he dropped the thing. Oh, like it's just like a personal play. 272 subscribers. That's not bad. Bum State. I didn't watch the game, to be honest. That's the hard part though. I seen it somewhere else. Like somebody was saying something about like it's bro, like those kids, that kid at the free throw line, unless you're betting on like Kansas or Tennessee, stuff like that, look, you can bet on Purdue Fort Wayne. Like they literally I could go to that game. It's like probably 15 minutes for me. Like you can bet on them, but like they don't, man. They're worried about finals tomorrow, or their girlfriend broke up with them, or they're trying to go, go to a party, probably trying to play some Call of Duty after this, So like that's what's hard about. I feel like that's what's hard about college basketball, betting on college basketball, because there's just so many teams and so many players, and like a vast majority of them are not going to make it to like the pros or anything, and some of them are just kind of there. Whereas in football, a lot of those players are are solid, or you can at least rely on like the best players enough to make a difference, like in a quarterback, or like thinking about like Ohio for the Bobcats. Rourke had the quarterback. You know, he's not going to go to the NFL. I think he's going to play in this UFL that's coming out, this XFL and USFL merger or whatever. But there's something else for him. In basketball, they got to go to China or something like that. Which so it's just harder. It's just hard. Just a different level of competition or whatever, if that makes sense. So I better get off of here though. I can't tell how. I swear. Oh, 26 minutes. Golly, we've been talking for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. We got those 3 plays for tonight. Nothing in the Discord. I'm staying away. Although I really do like Purdue. I like Edie. I thought I saw something else. We'll figure it out. We'll get back on it. But yeah, I'm gonna close this out. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the interaction and everything like that. Today was nice. I'm sure it's because there's a potential for money and everything like that, but I'll take it, and it'll continue to grow and at least continue to get more popular and everything like that. So I'll get out of here. I'll see you guys back tomorrow, and hopefully we sweep and we're able to, I can keep sharing some money and everything like that. I always lose my button.